Hey guys, welcome to CR Interior Designers, Chetan here. In this tutorial, we are going to learn to make this hard surface model. So before moving to the tutorial, if you didn't subscribe to our YouTube channel, then please subscribe it. And now let's get started. So just open your file and then add a cylinder. Vertex should be 16 and change it to the triangle fan. Then go to the top view and then we will add one more cylinder. Just to decide that the vertex, shift it to duplicate and then see how many vertices are necessary here. So we can go with the 8 verts. So you can delete this cylinder, then add one more cylinder and vertex should be 8 and change it to the triangle fan like this, and then fix this cylinder here. Then you can adjust the scale of the cylinder and then move it along the z-axis and you can scale it like this, then move it along the z-axis. Just orbit around your object and then see the position of your mesh. Okay, that's fine. Then set the origin to the 3D cursor. Then shift it to rotate and then shift it to duplicate and then rotate it. So just we want to see the shape, just we want to get the concept of the mesh. So that's why we have duplicate this. Then add a loop cut at the center cylinder on the center cylinder. So basically you need to delete these cylinders because we will use the symmetrize operation. Just to get the concept, we had added those cylinder. Then add a loop cut on this cylinder. Then add one more loop cut here on the center cylinder. And then select this bottom edge and then scale it along the x and y axis. Then take this cylinder and then move it little bit along the z axis, and you can see, then select these faces and then delete these faces. You will get something like this. Then just move it little bit down this cylinder and that's fine. Then you can adjust the position of your loop cut. Then add one more loop cut here. This loop cut will help as a supportive edges. Then shift it to duplicate your larger cylinder and then use the boolean operation right there. So you can cut this smaller cylinder and then apply that boolean operation. Then delete these faces and you can see you will get the shape like this. Then select these words and then merge at the center. It's necessary because sometimes we keep 2 or more words at the same point, and which makes the weird shading. So that's why we need to merge these words properly at a single point. Now you can see we got the proper shape right there. Then select the cylinder and then add a loop cuts like this. Now you can delete these faces. Then add one more loop cut here and then just hide that cylinder, and you can see you need to delete these faces also. If you can, then you can just insert these faces before deleting them. That will be also convenient. Then otherwise you can just insert them and press B. So you remove from the border. So you can insert these like these faces like this without the border. Then one more time insert it. Then join these two parts, both cylinders, and then merge these words. like this. So you just need to simply merge these words. Then add a loop cuts wherever it's necessary. Then merge these words properly. So you can select this edge and then double tap G to drag it, so any faces won't overlap. Then they can just merge these words. Then subdivide this edge, so you will get one words at the center, and then you can press F to fill the gap. That's why merging the vertex properly is necessary. Now you can use the symmetrize option right there to get the same shape to the another side. Just to get the same shape at the bottom side, you need to delete these faces like this. So we will delete these faces and then we can rotate it, and then we can take the symmetry, or just we can rotate them and then we can merge the words. So select everything and then shift D to duplicate and then rotate it into the 90 degrees, so you will get something like this. You can merge these words manually by selecting each and every words. Otherwise there is a one shortcut key, which is to select everything and then merge by distance. This is another shortcut key. So if you have to merge the like this, otherwise you can use the merge by distance. Then you can merge the words properly without wasting your time. Then you can use the subdivision surface modifier and you can see if your mesh is proper or not. It's follow the right curve, right topology. So you will get the idea about it by using the subdivision surface modifier. Then add the supporting loop cuts wherever it's necessary to maintain the shape of your mesh. That's important. Then shade smooth it, and now you can see it's look pretty well, decent. Then select these faces and then insert these faces. Then just we are going to use the simple bevel and extrude operation to create more design on this. Select the face and then insert it. Select this face and then insert it. Simple operations, simple boolean operations, simple bevel operations, extrude and such kind of things. Creating a design is totally depend on your skill, your creativity. So add supporting loop cuts wherever it's necessary. Now you can see we have added the simple geometry on this mesh, which looks pretty well. All you need to just add the loop cuts, supportive edges, supportive loop cuts to maintain the shape of the mesh. Now you can see our mesh looks pretty well. Just we need to do the symmetrize. Just we need to get the same kind of design, same kind of shape on the other side. Just before that, just add a little bit of design here. Now you can see that's look pretty well. You can see the good shape right there on the mesh. Then use the symmetrize option and choose the proper axis for the symmetry. Then one more time you need to use the symmetrize option here. So select everything and use the one more time symmetrize option and choose the proper axis. Now you can see we need to merge few words right there. So they just merge these words at the center like this. Then won't you face any kind of artifacts, difficulties to model something like this subdivision mesh. And now you can see our mesh looks pretty well decent. Now just select this edge and then extrude it. Then you can bring it little bit down. Then one more time extrude it and then scale it along the x and y axis. Then one more time extrude it and just try to get the simple shape for it. Basic and simple shape. You can adjust its scale along the x and y axis. And if you want, then you can add the supporting loop cuts to tight these edges. And then you can keep it as a curved surface. That's totally depend on you. So here I have added the supporting edges which will tight the mesh. And if you are getting bad shading, then you can remove few of them. You can see if I have added something like this words, then it will break the circular path and we can break that curve. So just there is only one option, which is the merged words like this, welding the words. at the single point. So this is one option is there. So you can weld the words like this, and you can maintain the edge flow. So select these words and merge at the center, and then delete these edges, and then double tap G to drag and move it little bit away from the last words, and try to maintain the curvature of the circle. Do the same step for all the words. Now you can see our mesh looks pretty well decent. Now you can add a more design on it inside the center, at the top center, and then you can select this edge and then extrude it, and then scale it down along the x and y axis. Then if you want, then one more time you can extrude it and scale it down along the x and y axis, and then you can press F to fill the gap. And then you can create the chord based geometry. So that's why just you need to select these words and then connect vertex path, which will help you to create the chord based geometry, chord based topology. Same thing you can do here, but before doing the same thing on the top, you can add the more details on it. So for this you can just delete these edges, center edges, and the diagonal edges. You can delete the diagonal edges. Like this you can create the chord based topology. Then just select these faces, then insert this, and then we will try to add little bit of geometry, little bit of design on the top part, top center part. So that's why I use the simple Boolean extrude bevel operations to create the simple basic shape. Then add a loop cuts to tie these edges to maintain the shape. Then select these edges, and then you can create the chord based geometry right there also. So that's why just you need to use the same technique, connect vertex path, shade smooth it, and then turn on and turn off that subdivision surface modifier to see your mesh, its shading. Just add a supporting loop cuts and you can see our mesh looks pretty well decent. Simply we have modeled this, then we will make the bottom part. So now we will create the bottom part of this model. So just add a cylinder and 32 vertex are fine. Then scale it and adjust the scale according to the upper part of the cylinder, upper part of the model. Then select these faces and then extrude them like this. Just we want to create small bevel kind of shapes for that. So then scale them along the x and y axis like this. So you can see we have created this small bevel kind of shape. Then you can scale them, scale everything along the x and y axis, and now that's look pretty well. Then we will add a little bit of design on it, so that's why just add one cube and we will use the boolean operation right there. So create the basic shape for your cutter object. So this cube will work as the cutter object and we will use the bolt tool. Then scale it along the z axis and you can see we got our cutter object. Just make sure your cutter object should be larger than your base cylinder or your cutting object. Then select your cutter object, then select your cutting object, and then use the bolt tool and use the different operation right there. And you can see, then apply that boolean modifier. So now you can see, just we need to merge few words. If there are any double edges, then you can merge them. Add loop cuts like this, and then you need to merge these words, double words. So just add one more loop cut here, and then select these words and then merge them at the center. Do the same thing, all four center corner words, and then you can select these 8 words, and then you can use the symmetrize, select everything and then use the symmetrize option. Then select these words and then connect vertex path. So you can create the path between the 2 words. Choose this step, connect vertex path. So now you can add more loop cuts. So before that, just use the symmetrize to get the same shape to the another side, and then add a supportive loop cuts. And this supportive loop cuts helps to maintain the UVs, even UV unwrapping. For that purpose, these supportive loop cuts also help. So then add just supportive loop cuts like this to maintain the shape of the object, and give the right factor for that. Then make it straight along the z axis, so that's why you can use the scale. And now that's look pretty fine. Add a subdivision surface modifier. So if you add the subdivision surface modifier, if you turn on that auto smooth, then you will get definitely good shading, but we will use the subdivision surface modifier for more dense mesh. And now you can select these faces. So just select these faces and then you can use the insert operation. So press I to insert, and which will help you to maintain the better shape. You can see. Then use the symmetrize, and now you can select these edges, and then you can add little bit of bevel on these edges, and then create a little bit of design on your mesh. Simply we can create this kind of design. Just select these edges and then add a bevel on them, and then extrude inside or extrude outside, whatever you can do with them. So now you can see we have added the simple design on our mesh. Then just select these faces and then I to insert, and then one more time you need to create the chord based geometry, chord based topology. Thanks for watching. If you like this tutorial, then hit that like button and subscribe my YouTube channel. You can buy my 3D models on CG Trader and Gumroad. So, bye bye, see you in the next video, take care.